Hi, welcome to Kryssi-Fit. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 6 things that I changed on my fitness journey to help me to finally lose weight. I've been in an on-again, off-again relationship with fitness for as long as I can remember, probably close to a decade now. I've tried so many different things, so many different diets. I've worked out at the gym, I've worked out at home. I've done so many different things, and I never seem to get the results that I'm looking for. And I never could figure out why. It wasn't until I changed these 6 things that I really started to see progress. And I hate to say that it took me this long to figure it out because it's not that hard, and it only took me 2 months to start seeing like big results. And I wish I would have known this a long time ago, but better late than never. The first thing that I changed, and I find this to be one of the most important, is I went into a calorie deficit. That seems like common sense, right? But not a lot of people think about that, and I sure didn't. I thought before that if I just eat healthy, that should be enough with me working out to lose weight. But I didn't realize that even eating what I thought was healthy, if you're eating too many calories, you're not going to lose weight. You have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. And I wasn't tracking my macros, I wasn't counting my calories, so I clearly wasn't in a deficit because I wasn't seeing the results. So I got a food scale and started measuring everything that I eat, even the things that I drink if it has calories. So if I'm drinking an iced latte or anything that has any calories in it, I will track that. Obviously you can't track everything if you're at like a restaurant or things like that, but if I can track it, I will, because I want to make sure that I do not go over my calories that I'm allotted, because I want to see the results that I'm aiming for. After I started tracking my macros and like counting, like weighing all my food, I realized that even the healthy food, I was overeating. Like I would pour out a serving, and when I'm weighing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, the serving is very small. I was like double and tripling it before, thinking that it was fine, and I was eating way too much. So now I'm very aware of the type of food that I'm eating, so I know how many calories I'm eating, how many fats, proteins, carbs that I'm having, and I make sure that I choose the foods that make sense, that I'm getting a high amount of protein and that will be satiating, but that still don't make me go over my calories. And I also eat the foods that I like. So if I want to have carbs like pasta or rice or whatever, I will just make sure that I eat enough that fits into my calories allotted for the day. And I eat sweets too. So if I want ice cream, I'll just opt for lower calorie ice cream. So I usually used to go for chocolate chip cookie dough is like one of my go-to ice creams. Well, sometimes instead of that, I'll just get like a mango sorbet or a raspberry sorbet that has a lot less calories, but it still satisfies my sweet tooth. So I still eat sweets and I still eat carbs, and I'm not like depriving myself, but I just make sure that I make my calories work for me, and I count them, and I really make sure that I don't cheat myself and that I'm making this calorie deficit work. The second thing that I changed was I made sure I was walking a lot. Now that again seems like common sense. Moving your body is good exercise. Walking is one of the best forms of exercise, but I wasn't walking that much. I have a sedentary job, and I went to the gym and did a little bit of cardio then, but when I wasn't at the gym, I was either working sedentary job or at home, or like I wasn't consistently walking. Now that I have my goal, I make sure that I walk at least 10,000 steps per day. A lot of times I get more than that, which is great, but there are some times where I'm like super busy and I don't really get a chance to walk that much, but I make sure that I get those steps in. If I'm not walking outside, I'm walking on my treadmill, but I guarantee myself that I will get 10,000 steps per day. That's like a goal that I gave myself, and I have not wavered on that. So just walking has made the world of difference. In 2 months, I have lost 15 pounds with walking, calorie deficit, and strength training combined. So I'm really proud of myself for how much I've lost in the 2 months, but I really think that walking has definitely helped me to make it that far. I don't think if I was walking that much, I don't think I would have had that big of a weight loss difference with just a calorie deficit and strength training alone. I truly think the walking has helped. It's made a world of difference in how I feel physically and just how mentally too. Like I love walking when I'm outside. I just clears my head. So I really think that walking has really made a huge difference. The third thing that I changed is I stopped doing special diets. In the past, they'd never worked for me. I've tried like low carb, like no sugar, and like no sweets, and I've tried so many different things. And what I found is that when I was depriving myself of specific categories of food, I wanted it more. And I wasn't happy with the food that I was eating because I wanted the food that I couldn't have. And I feel like for me personally, if I'm gonna be in like a fitness journey and I'm eating healthy, I want it to be something that I do long term and not just like a 30-day or a 60-day diet change. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to do something long term that it was like restrictive like that. Like I want to be able to like the food that I eat because it's something that you have to do every day. You need it to survive. Like I want to be able to enjoy it. And I knew that dieting and not eating the foods that I want to eat was not going to be fun for me, and I would feel more of like a chore instead of something that I wanted to do as far as just like getting healthy and having a good fitness journey. So I decided that since it had worked for me in the past, I'm not going to do it anymore. And that goes along with my calorie deficit. I just make sure that I fit the foods that I want to eat within my calorie deficit. So if I want to eat sweets, if I want to eat carbs, if I want to eat whatever, I just make room in my calories for that. The fourth thing that I changed is I started working out with a plan. I had never had a plan before. I would go to the gym, do about 30 minutes of cardio, or I would do like a workout class with the trainer, whatever, like a cycling class or a weights class or whatever, a steps class, whatever it was. But I didn't have my own plan. So if I went in and didn't do a class, I would do like 30 minutes of cardio, and then I would do a few leg machines, maybe a couple like lat pull downs, and be done. But I was doing the same thing over and over. Like I never really weight trained. And part of that was because I had a little bit of anxiety at the gym. I never really felt comfortable going into like the weight training section because I didn't really know what I was doing and I felt like I didn't belong. So I would do what I was comfortable with, even though it wasn't really helping. I wasn't really seeing a lot of progress. And with that, not seeing the progress, I started like slowly slumping away from going to the gym until I just stopped going. And then I would cancel my membership and then start back up again. Like I've been on and off at the gym for years. I recently stopped going to the gym again and started working out at home because I had made so many excuses about going to the gym that I was just getting sick and tired of like, oh, I'm too tired, or oh, it's too cold out, or whatever, I don't feel like driving. At home I have no excuse. I can work out whenever, at whatever time. It's not too cold. I don't have to go anywhere. Like I don't have to get dressed or anything. So I have no excuses. So I've been working out with a plan at home and I'm using a workout app. There are so many apps that could work for you, or you can even do your own workout plan. Just take a bunch of workouts that you see from online or YouTube or wherever and like build your own plan. I've been using an app called Boost app, which I kind of like. I think I'm gonna find something different, but the thing I like about Boost app is that it has a filter for working out at home and working out at the gym, and there are free workouts and workouts that you can pay for. So if you don't want to join the membership, you can do the free apps or the free workouts, and they're still really good. So I'm on my second workout right now, and I think they're both 6-week programs. The first one that I did was a 6-week program, and now I'm on my second, I think 6 or 8 week program. But it's great because it has a plan for you to do a workout every single day that you are scheduled to work out, and it has everything for you. You just open the app, start your workout, and it tells you every workout that you should be doing. And then you can add workouts too. If you didn't feel like you had enough or you wanted to just a couple extra, you can just add to your workout and then it'll save it for you. So I really like the fact that you can do apps like that. But I think working out with a plan is the best approach, because in the past when I did not have a plan, I felt like I was wasting my time at the gym. I wasn't seeing results because I didn't really work out with a purpose. The fifth thing that I changed kind of goes hand in hand with counting your macros, and that's cheat days. I don't do cheat days anymore, and that's mostly because I just like to count all the food that I want to eat within my calorie deficit. So if I'm craving sugar one day, I will save space in my calories for the day for a dessert. Or if I know that I'm going to like a birthday party or like a family dinner, or I know I'm going to go out to eat and it's not going to be the healthiest, I will save some extra calories from like breakfast or lunch. I'll have like a smaller breakfast and lunch and like make sure that I have enough calories so I can eat more than usual for dinner. But before, I would literally have like a whole cheat day. Like sometimes every week I would have a cheat day, which doesn't make any sense to me now that I think about it. But back then it made sense. Back then I was like, oh, I'm doing great for 6 days. I can go crazy for 1 day a week, when that shouldn't be the mindset. The mindset shouldn't be like to just eat like crap and overeat for 1 full day because you ate great for 6 days. Especially when I wasn't counting my calories back then. Who knows how many calories I was eating. So now, instead of giving myself a cheat day, I just allow myself to have the foods that I want so that I'm not depriving myself of the foods that I like. That makes me want to have a whole cheat day. So I do try and eat more whole foods, high protein foods, and less sweets and less sugars and stuff like that. But when I do want it, I'm not going to deprive myself. And the final thing that I changed is my mindset on my goal timeline. In the past, I've always thought it takes about 8 to 12 weeks to change your body. Like, I can do it in 8 to 12 weeks. And I've always had this goal for my summer body for my birthday. My birthday's at the end of July. And I've always been like, oh, I'll have the body that I want by the summertime, by my birthday. But then I wouldn't start working on it until like May. And then I'm like, well, I'll have a couple months. I'll be fine. And then when I wouldn't get to that goal, I'd be very discouraged and upset, and then I would stop working out for a while, not eat well, and then the next year for like January, my resolution would be, oh, I'm gonna get in shape this year. I've been having this resolution of getting in shape for the longest time, and I just know it's gonna take a lot longer than I've ever given myself in the past. Like, it's probably gonna take me like 6 months, even probably a year, to get the body that I've always wanted. And what changed this time is the fact that I have a lot more motivation. I have seen a lot more results than I've ever seen in the past in the years that I've been working out. In the last 2 months, I have lost 15 pounds, which is more than I've ever lost at one time. I have a lot of motivation to keep going. So that's a huge change from from my past workout journey that I've had. So I know I still have a long way to go to get my body to where I want it to be. So those are the 6 things that I've changed that have really helped me. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you do, please give it a like and subscribe and join me on my fitness journey. Bye.